Hello students, welcome back to the classroom point. In our today's class, we shall discuss the qualitative analysis of anions. The anions are classified into two categories based on their reaction with the sulphuric acid. So here the anions that react with dilute sulphuric acid are carbonate ion CO3 2-, nitrite ion NO2-, sulfite ion SO3 2-, acetate ion CH3COO- and sulfide ion. So these five ions react with the dilute sulfuric acid. There are other ions with concentrated sulfuric acid. So the ions that react with the concentrated sulfuric acid we shall discuss in the next video. So in today's class we shall discuss only about the preliminary test and confirmatory test of these ions that are going to react with the dilute sulfuric acid. So let us take a test tube in which try to place the some 0.5 grams of salt and add dilute sulfuric acid to this salt. So salt is present in this area and we are adding the dilute sulfuric acid. Afterwards observe the gases that are going to release. So the gases released. So based on the gases released, we can categorize this type of the salt. So let us take here, if the gas released is colorless, odorless means no smell, but released with brisk efflorescence, then the gas is nothing but carbon dioxide gas. So this gas is released due to the presence of the carbonate ion CO3 2- ion. So when this gas, carbon dioxide gas, is passed through the lime water, so lime water formula calcium hydroxide. So this lime water turns into the milky white precipitate. This is due to the reaction of the calcium hydroxide with the carbon dioxide and turning the lime water into the calcium carbonate. So this milky white precipitate is nothing but the calcium carbonate. So this is the preliminary test as well as the confirmatory test of the carbonate ion. So instead of this colorless, odorless gas, now another colorless gas but with pungent smell. Pungent smell means little irritating smell, and also burning sulfur. Smell of burning sulfur is released. That gas is nothing but sulfur dioxide gas, and the ion could be sulfite ion SO3 2- ion. So when this gas is passed through the acidified potassium dichromate K2Cr2O7, which is actually orange in color, this liquid solution. So this potassium dichromate reacts with the sulfur dioxide gas and turns that into the green color. This green color is due to the formation of the chromic sulfate, green color. So now let us take another one. Again next gas, which is again colorless but rotten egg smell. Is released. That gas is nothing but H2S gas, sulfur hydrogen sulfide, and the ion could be sulfide ion. So when this rotten egg smell gas like H2S gas is passed through the lead acetate, it turns lead acetate into the black colored lead sulfide. Black color PPT is formed. So next one, let us take another one where the same gas, if you observe that a brown colored gas is released. That brown colored gas is nothing but the nitrogen dioxide. This gas is released due to the presence of the nitrite ion. So when this gas is passed through the acidified potassium iodide solution in the presence of the starch, it gives the blue colored solution because iodine released react with the starch that gives the blue colored solution. So we can identify that nitrite ion is present in this particular salt. And instead of that, if colorless gas with the smell of vinegar is released, it is nothing but the colorless gas, colorless vapors are due to the presence of the acetic acid, and the ion could be the acetate ion CH3COO minus. Then this gases or gas contains the acetic acid, no? So when these gases are passed through the blue litmus, so they turn the blue litmus into the red litmus. So this is the preliminary test of the qualitative analysis of the anions. Now let us try to see their confirmatory tests. Confirmatory test of the anions. So before going for the confirmatory test of the anions, we must see that whether the salt is soluble in the water or not. If the salt is soluble in water, then we prepare the water extract. Water extract means we take some test tube. Into that we will place some amount of the salt and add the water. That is called the water extract, and the solution is used for the testing purposes. If the salt is not soluble in the water, then we have to prepare the Na2CO3 extract, that is sodium carbonate extract. The sodium carbonate extract is prepared in the boiling test tube. So larger test tubes, big test tubes are available. So in the boiling test tube, take the 1 gram of the salt and add the 3 grams of Na2CO3, sodium carbonate. So this is 1:3 ratio. And add the water and boil the solution to the high temperature approximately for 10 minutes. Afterwards, whatever the filtrate is obtained, that liquid is used for the testing purposes, which is called the sodium carbonate extract. So here, which salts are soluble in the water? Usually, sodium carbonate extract is prepared for here sulfide ion and sulfite ions. For remaining salts like acetate ion salts and nitrite ion, sodium carbonate extract is not required. And one more, for the testing of the CO3 2 minus ion, CO3 2 minus ion testing already done. That's why CO3 2 minus for CO3 2 minus ion testing purposes, we don't use the sodium carbonate extract because sodium carbonate already containing the carbonate ion, it will give the positive test of the carbonate. So these two salts, acetate and nitrate, are soluble in the water, and we use the water extract for these two salts. And sulfide and sulfate are insoluble in the water, so that we prepare the sodium carbonate extract. Using that, we will go for the testing. Now let us try to see how these confirmatory tests are done. Carbonate ion test already explained. That means carbon dioxide gas, the released carbon dioxide gas in the first test, when passed through the lime water, that is calcium hydroxide, it gives milky white precipitate of the calcium carbonate. That is the confirmatory test. Now let us take the sulfide ion. So let us take the sodium carbonate extract. Sodium carbonate extract. To this sodium carbonate extract, add a drop of sodium nitroprusside. Sodium nitroprusside. Prusside solution. Then automatically you will get violet or purple color liquid. So that confirms the presence of the S2 minus N, sulfide ion. Next, let us go for the test for sulfide ion, SO3 2 minus. Here also we take the sodium carbonate extract. So to the sodium carbonate extract, add BaCl to barium chloride solution. So immediately white precipitate is formed. This white precipitate is due to the formation of the barium sulfide, which is a white precipitate. So this precipitate can dissolve in the HCl. It dissolves in dilute HCl by releasing some amount of the sulfur dioxide gas, so which confirms the presence of the sulfite ion. Another test for this one is when barium sulfide is passed through the acidified potassium permanganate H plus KMnO4 solution. Here color of the potassium permanganate gets decolorized. So KMnO4 lose the color. KMnO4 get decolorized. So these two tests confirm the presence of the sulfate ion in the given salt. Now let us see the another one, that is test for nitrite ion, NO2 minus N. So for this purpose, as I said earlier, we have take the water extract because it is soluble in the water. To this water extract, add 2 to 3 drops of the sulfonilic acid. Sulfonilic acid and 2 to 3 drops of the 1-naphthyl amine reagent. So when these are added, automatically you will get the red color. If nitrite ion is present, red color will appear. That confirms the presence of the nitrite ion. And let us see the last one, that is test for the acetate ion. So here two tests are to be done. Take the directly water extract, that is a salt solution. Add neutral FeCl3. Neutral FeCl3. So that gives a deep red color. So if this deep red colored solution, if you boil it, it will give the brown red color. That confirms the presence of the acetate ion. So this esterification test, what we do is, we take the vapors or the acetic acid given compound. To that we add the ethyl alcohol, and in the presence of the concentrated sulfuric acid, which gives ethyl acetate, the smell of the ethyl acetate is fruity smell. Fruity smell. So this clearly says that the ion present here is acetate ion. So using these shortcuts and knowledge, you will be able to solve the questions regarding the water soluble and water insoluble salts, that anions that react with the dilute sulfuric acid. So I hope you all understand. Thank you one and all. We shall meet in the next class.